All right.
But with that, the only other level on this floor, I believe, is Tiny Huge Island.
Uh-huh. So yeah, in this room there are 3 portraits, one that's normal size that you can't jump in, and then one that's tiny and one that's huge, and the game plays some really nice perspective tricks to make it look like it's the same portrait, but you're shrinking and growing.
It actually is a really nice effect, I have to agree. Otherwise, though, this is definitely just the same trick used in World 4 of Mario 3. The level with the doors, where you go into the door and it's like, hey, everything got bigger, except it's actually just like, 2 different rooms stuck together to make it look like that.
So yeah, I guess Nintendo has never shied away over the idea of, hey, here's a world, but now you're tiny. Oh, hey, here's a world, but now you're giant.
Has this been reused again since Mario 64? It probably has. Probably in Galaxy or something like that.
Probably.
Overall, though, this level's very interesting, and I was thinking about, there's been all this talk going on lately about there potentially being like a Mario 64 remake, but how do you even remake this level? It's kind of sloppy when you think about it. This side of the island, the water just ends, like, it just goes nowhere, and it's an invisible wall.
There's out of bounds is right there, and it has a whole bunch of slippery slopes, and if I had to choose the one course in the game I dislike the most, it would absolutely be this course, because it's just weird and wrong, and yeah, my camera just showed some really bad culling there. Not sure if that's Mario 64 or the hack or just what, but ugh.
This level definitely feels sloppy in a way. Like, it's just a whole bunch of like assets placed all over the place. Like it's someone's first day using lunar magic and they just place a million munchers and random floating blocks everywhere. Like, that's the vibe that this level gives.
Oh my gosh.
And there's Cut Off. Don't forget about Cut Off.
Oh jeez, yeah, no joke, yeah. Definitely my least favorite course to go back to. I mean, it's difficult to navigate around, and then you have both the 2 islands, and you have bottomless pits around the edge of the, well, both islands, and it's pretty easy to fall into those pits, and then if you fall into either one of them, well, so long for you.
And now we're on the small side, which again, you would think it's easier to navigate, but it's just so easy to slip off by accident. And then there's wind and stuff, like, just everything in this level feels like a ROM hacking nightmare. Forcing you to do triple jumps, it is a ROM hack.
The thing is, I really can't disagree with you. This course is always just giving me problems and issues, so, yeah. Are you trying to go for some secrets there?
I always try that, just because I'm like, wait a minute, am I remembering that there's a thing in here? But it's the small version where you touch that and you get one of the secrets. In editing these videos, in the DS version, secrets were pretty much always replaced with silver stars, right?
Yeah, correct.
The secrets always kind of came across as like a little bit janky. It's like, hey, 5 random spots you just kind of touch and then a number comes out, so...
At least usually there's some logic and reason as to where those secrets are, to where when we're playing the game we know where to go. Although I now have to wonder, how did we deal with that when we were playing this game for the first time?
I guess you kind of just explore and it's like, oh, a number came out of that, okay. So
I guess so.
So I have this star handled, and I think what you might do is jump into the pipe the second I get it. And then we'll probably try and get the piranha plants. Actually, the piranha plants are on this side of the island.
They are, provided I can actually fight them okay. Which, if you can't really see my screen too well, I'm kicking up sand as I run. That's because this floor texture is something awkward. It makes it so you can't really jump really high, and your running's all messed up, and it's just yet another reason why this course sucks. Ah!
Is there a reason for that? I've always thought that's so weird too. It's like, it looks like every other floor, but suddenly it's like, I don't know, it's wet or something. But it's just really hard to maneuver on.
I don't know. So, I believe we're just gonna go right back after that star. Which, now look at this. I'm now trying to jump up to the platform with the piranha plants. It looks like my jump should be able to make it, but I'm not grabbing the ledge. Why? Why with this course? Next time we do either a Mario 64 split screen multiplayer or anything, or if I like let's play Mario 64 myself on my own channel, can I just skip this course? Who said I had to get 120 stars? We'll just leave Tiny Huge Island completely alone and the game with 113 stars.
113 star run. Sounds good.
It's now my new speedrun category. 120 except Tiny Huge Island.
I like it. I'm not even attempting to go in that pipe. I'm like, just get it. Just before something happens.
Which, in response to our red coin videos, because we were spending forever in Dire Docs, I was actually linked a time code to one of Cheese's latest speedruns. He's the guy who does the 120 star speedruns, probably has the world record. Well, he does at the time of recording this video. And, like, the speedrun strategy for that course for 120 is just insane. It is sick. So let's just say he's not using any pulls. He does that star while the sub's out. So.
Yes, thank you to everyone who did link us videos after Milesluigi asked for, proof that it is possible to get the red coins without the pulls. I can't believe it. Like, some of the things you have to pull off are crazy.
Yeah, it is. My camera is awful.
Sometimes it just happens. Like, I don't know why the camera's so bad, but...
It's like, why am I looking up at the skybox? So this doesn't help me. I can't see the ground. It's hard for me to tell where I'm going. I don't need to see the skybox. I don't need to see the clouds or anything. I want to see the ground.
Thank goodness the cut-off wall is stopping me from falling off the edge.
It was such a novel concept, a 3D game with the camera, and it was like, well, we need to introduce players to the concept of a camera in a 3D game, so we'll have Lakitu follow us around. Have you made the comment that there's technically 2 Lakitus?
I was also thinking that when you were making the camera comment, where technically, like, if you look in the mirror room of the original game, the impression is supposed to be that Lakitu is always following you and filming you, but no proof of that in this hack.
No. You can't see the other player's Lakitu. I think that would be a really nice finishing touch if the Kaz wanted to do that.
You can attack the other person's Lakitu to throw off their camera?
Oh, gosh. Well, that would be going above and beyond. So.
The camera throws itself off. It doesn't need any help.
Exactly. Ooh, you almost fell there.
So what are we even aiming for this time? What other stars are there? There's red coins, there's the secrets, there's Wiggler, and there's Koopa the Quick. And of course 100 coins.
Well, seeing as I'm by Koopa the Quick's flag, I think we are going to try some funny business with Koopa the Quick right now.
It's somehow worked out in the first level, so will it work out again? Alright, Koopa the Quick, let's do it. Start and...
Alright.
Crawl, Milesluigi,
crawl on! Let's get to that flag! Can I get it? Can I get it?
Almost there. Just a little farther.
Alright, the timer went off. 14.2.
You did it!
Alright.
Climb that pole. Alright, Koopa the Quick, hand over the star.
Huh. Koopa the Quick. I crawled to a victory. Where's my star? I worked hard for that.
I crawled really hard. Well,
that was mine.
Seems like you didn't like that for whatever reason.
No, what the heck? Koopa the Quick. I beat you. Where's my star? Why aren't you giving me a star?
Fortunately, not as lucky it seems as we were able to be on the first level, where I was awful the whole time, and then despite the fact that I started the race, you finished it, and it was an epic victory.
A warp was used, and like Koopa the Quick has dialogue that says, "Hey Mario, you like cheated, so you don't get a star." But we used the warp, and it was like this time we didn't use any warp, and it was just like I crawled. Do you not like crawling, Koopa the Quick?
Or maybe he's holding a grudge from the last time. He's like, "I'll show you."
Holding on to the star that we need to, complete the game 120 star. After all.
Yeah, that's weird. So I think. Yeah, we're just going to continue on, probably try that again, try and get some other stars, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, there's red coins, there's 100 coins, there's, of course, battling the Wiggler. Ooh, well, sayonara. Bye.
Milesluigi, use the long jump. By this point,
Not
though,
very
it is like
effective.
4:30 a.m., so slack is due.
In our defense, it was like 4:30 in the morning. One condolence on this course is that when you're on the tiny island, is that Koopa the Quick is like a small Koopa, so like you could kill him if you want to, and then it's really cathartic.
So that's the question, though. So does that mean that going into the pipe makes Mario and Luigi bigger, rather than the island actually being tiny and huge? Right?
Well, if you're to believe the game, we are changing in size, but on the technical level, it's just too much. Unfortunately, I hate to break the illusion for everybody. So now we're trying to do Koopa the Quick more legitimately. Both of us started near the start. We're not doing any crawl-a-thons, and wow, look at that jump Koopa the Quick.
No!
Jeez.
Darn it!
Alright, this time I think he actually beat us.
Darn it, Koopa the Quick.
That bridge at the end and the wind can really throw you off. And this is another thing I dislike about the course. So it has these wind currents which are supposed to carry you and everything, and that's cool. Except unless you have, knowledge ahead of time as to where those wind currents are, they don't help you. And more often than not, they end up just getting you killed because you were trying to make a jump, and then all of a sudden you get carried by a wind current, which then just takes you into a bottomless pit. There's even a sign there that if you read, it's like, let the wind carry you. So
Yeah, well, it'd be nice to know exactly where the wind is, because how many times have you thought, oh yeah, there's going to be a wind current down here, and then nope, jump to your death.
Nope, not at all. It would have been nice to have some sort of visual indicator, like maybe a little particle effect that shows the wind particles before you go into the wind area. That would have been nice. You can't tell me that there's too many objects in this level. Jesus.
You got burned off screen. Oh boy.
And now I'm at the bottom of the mountain. Well, on the bright side, I can open up the cannon now, so...
How many times, though, throughout this Let's Play, have we got burned by that dumb thing? Being on fire in Mario 64 really sucks.
Yeah, it does. There's no real easy way to recover from it either, because like you either run around like crazy or you sort of jump in place and hope you don't go very far, which is like technically the better thing to do, but it feels awkward to control yourself while you're doing that.
Oh, there goes you, down the side of the hill. Trying to get to that top one. As a kid...
At least I got the secret by the door, so...
I mean, in this level, the secrets make a little bit of sense. It's kind of a neat idea. All of the doorways in the big one, but now you have to touch them in the small one. I think that's kind of cool. As a kid, though, I had so much trouble figuring out how to get to the fight with Wiggler. I didn't make the connection that ground pounding this water in the small version then allows you to enter a hole in the top of the mountain in the big version. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. So that was one of the last stars I got, because I just couldn't figure it out.
Where's the Wiggler? Where's that star that just spawned? So, we're on top of the mountain, but now we actually have to look which side is the star.
So the star ends up on that really awkward island out there that you're supposed to access by pressing that exclamation mark switch, and that just happens so easily. You fall off the edge in this course.
We're trying to take a shortcut, but we could totally risk and try to take a shortcut with the bubble system. Although, where's your bubble going? Can you make it to the top of the mountain? There you are.
There.
Oh, do you want to give it another try?
Can't let you do everything. Oh, I didn't even mash Koopa the Quick. I think I was trying to get some good favor from him.
Okay, jeez, okay. How much of that is my fault and how much of that is the fault of the course? I could probably just go hit the exclamation point switch and get that star the easy way now. So, oh, you're right there.
It's interesting because there's a one-way teleport on this island. Where I don't think there's many other one-way teleports in the game. They're usually two-way.
Yeah, typically, yeah, your warp spots will work both ways. Oh, this Chuck, yeah, just managed to grab me at the right moment, And he's throwing me right towards Koopa the Quick. Thanks. Well, I guess I'm going to go race him.
Do it, Milesluigi. Beat him legitimately. Then he can't complain. But of course, you're trying to beat him, and then you get these balls coming after you. You get the wind bothering you. It's just like... This is a really awkward race.
I mean, it's basically a drag race that goes from basically a corner of the island to another corner of the island. It's a straight shot with one turn, just with a lot of stuff in the way. And then, yeah. Why are you not giving me a star, Koopa the Quick? What the hell? I beat you for real this time. Fair and square. Why? I'm trying to punch him. Why? Why? Why?
You just can't interact with him at all.
Ah! Wish I could grab you by the tail and then throw you around like Bowser, and then maybe you would give me a star.
Yeah, that's just so that's all kinds of weird. But then again, considering all the things we've encountered in this hack so far, I guess it's not the most surprising, quirk that we've hit, really. It was only a matter of time until something was completely broken. So it looks like Koopa the Quick just doesn't want to give you a star.
I guess let's go ahead and fight Wiggler. No text boxes with Wiggler, which normally gives really big pauses during this boss fight. So now we're fighting Wiggler without those pause breaks. He's a relatively simple boss. You just have to jump on him a couple of times, and he's already done. Wow.
You don't even have to ground pound. Like, if it was modern Mario 64, it would be requiring ground pounds for sure. Or Mario,
Absolutely.
like modern 3D Mario.
Like, that boss fight is over 50% text in the original game. You take out the text, that was very quick. Wiggler could be just like a normal enemy in a course. I know we're recording this at like a normal time, and we're watching a recording from like 4:30 in the morning. I think that's about when this was. But it's just, I still seethe with hate seeing this course.
Nice camera angle there. Thanks, game. And there's an awkward jump that I failed to make.
So yeah, other than Koopa the Quick, the other stars we have to go for are the reds and hundreds. And hundreds in this course actually isn't too bad if you know where they are, because this course has a ton of extra coins. So
there is that one coin that's impossible to collect because of the slope that it's placed on. It just falls through the floor, never to be gotten.
Oh, there's a great, wonderful explanation. I believe that was a Pat and Koek video that explains what happens. But the TLDW, Too Long Didn't Watch version of it, is that there's an object for Mario 64. I'm right next to the set of coins that spawns coins. It's supposed to spawn 5 coins. In that case, it spawns 4, and the last coin it spawns just falls to the death barrier.
There's also that Goomba in the last Bowser level as well. I love how torn apart Mario 64 has been. But look at that! We both beat him! We both beat him! Now he can't even complain about anything!
I call shenanigans.
So at this part, we were pretty sure that Koopa the Quick was broken. I mean, you want to keep trying, because you're like, no, it's going to work this time, but not looking so good. Okay, so what it looks like happens is, we sit around for a long time, probably contemplating what exactly it is we're going to do. Among other things, like the meaning of life and all that, the things you usually contemplate. And I think what happens is we now try Koopa the Quick one more time, but the unfortunate reality is that it never ends up working. As much as we wanted to get 120 stars in this one night, no matter how many times we tried to beat Koopa the Quick in this level, despite having such great success in the first level, it just never worked.
Spoilers. We'll get into a bit more details in another video, everybody. But you can see right here, okay, I'm going to start the race with Koopa the Quick here. I'm right in front of him. I'm like, okay. And Andrew is basically at the goal, and he's going to beat the race in 2.2 seconds. And, if this was the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the Running Man would have beat you in 2.1 seconds. But even though you beat him in 2.2 seconds, oh geez, okay, Koopa the Quick super speeds up when you finish the course. I was actually having a really good run there, and he is still being a bud.
So with that, we give up, and it's 100 coins and red coins time.
Yeah, at this point I was wondering, we were having issues with the polls. I was like, is there any way we can get Koopa the Quick to give us a star? What could he be thinking that he would think that we were cheating? Because you'd have to go really far out of your way to use the cannon on this course, which I think is like the only way he calls you out on cheating is if you use the cannon, but you have to go out of your way to use it. So
is that actually a thing that exists? I had no idea. How would you even do that? The race is so quick.
I don't know.
I would be really curious though, because this hack would make that possible. One person could start it, the other person could use the cannon, and that's like some lost text, because I don't know how else you would ever see that.
I'm about to say, it is time to now take a look at Cheese's latest 120 star run, and take a look at how he handles Tiny Huge Island. Because, like, I'm going to be playing Mario 64 sometime future in my life, and at some point I'm going to have to decide, am I actually going to do Tiny Huge Island this time? Am I actually? And I would like to get it done with as fast as possible, so I should learn the speedrun strats for this course.
If there's one level you should learn how to speedrun, it's this one. Just get it done.
So it can get over with it as fast as possible. There we go. But yeah, it is definitely time that we start going for the reds and hundreds. So the reds are inside the cave that we haven't entered yet. The weird plank that suspends over the air that eventually goes into the cave. That's the cave where we also fought the Wiggler. That's where the red coins are located in. And now we just have to collect some coins outside of the course.
You just got hurt by that Goomba, and I think that's a case where it's really obvious that I think there's some hitbox shenanigans going on with this hack. There's so many times I've run into enemies I thought I shouldn't have run into, and I think again, that Goomba, I'm pretty sure you were like a whole Luigi's, length away from it, and you still took damage. Where it feels like the hitboxes are not right in this hack for some reason.
Yeah, I have to wonder, maybe collision detection is done every other frame, or maybe just the hitboxes themselves were changed. I now have the theory, and Kaz made this ROM hack. We could probably take a look at what he did. My now theory is that collision detection is just done every other frame. This shell, by the way, is kind of a bit of a disappointment because you get the shell, it's like, oh look, I can climb up the mountain. Okay, we're struggling to get up,
Yeah, that shell's really useless. And again, like you say, as a kid especially, it's like, I love riding the shell, and then you get it here and it's like, oh, there's nothing to do with it.
Not really. I mean, you can go across the beach. If you are skilled enough, you can get up the hill, but you lose momentum really, really fast trying to do that, so... It is just way more consistent to just go for the cannon and shoot out of the cannon, which the cannon itself, not necessarily the most consistent thing in the world, because you do have to shoot in the right spot. You can't quite tell where you're going, but thankfully there is a nice back wall to stop you, provided you don't fall off the ledge there. I almost did. And then you have this, and I'm not dealing with this. Well, maybe I am. Okay, maybe I am.
It's funny, as a kid I never thought about crawling to make it more accurate. I always just ran for it. No, you almost bit ya. There I go, shooting off into the abyss.
Alright, so now we're in the cave with the red coins. And by the way, this cave has bottomless pits, so be careful.
Yeah, so I think I stay back as a safety, bubble popper, and you go for it. But yeah, especially if you're going for 100 coins, and obviously you don't have any help, this cave is not fun to maneuver.
No, it's not. You're supposed to double jump to do that, and I just totally flexed off some 440 in the morning skills by side flip while jumping there.
And the fire shooter. I don't think I ever knew you could hang on to the ceiling. I always just did like a wall jump to get up to those higher ones.
Oh, I knew you could hang on the ceiling, so that must have been just one of those things that I found out when playing this game the first time, and I always knew it, and it's just like, wait, you didn't know you could do that? Yeah, you could totally crawl, hang on the
It
ceiling.
just looks like a metal bar texture. Nothing about it screams like you can hang on to this compared to other ones. I mean, the ones in Hazy Maze Cave, the grates are like much closer together. So I mean, I get that, but this one definitely just looks like, you know, a sewer grate or something like that. Generic bar texture.
It does.
All right, so we didn't get that star, which we could have. Anyway.
I was about to say, I thought we were lining up to collect the star and then leave the area, but I guess not. On the bright side, that star just stays spawned in that cave regardless of the point. But, you know, now looking back at our footage, allow me to criticize past stuff. We totally could have collected that star and then you leave the cave. What are we doing? Past me, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I want to go to bed.
I want to put Koopa the Quick to bed.
It's funny, we made comments at the beginning, like, oh yeah, if we do this optimally, it should be like, you know, hour speed run, maybe an hour and a half, or hour-long Let's Play. Like, I would never have expected 5 hours later we wouldn't even be on the top floor yet.
My honest estimate is I'm like, okay, we're two skilled people at Mario 64. You know, optimal speed run is about an hour 40. Give us about 4 hours and we'd be doing it and we'd be done. And now we're well past that mark and just nope.
Yeah,
that's a big nope.
I never would have guessed more than 4 for sure.
Here we are having some difficulties with the cannon again and trying to blast to this part of the island. Did I fall off the island? I might have. Ugh.
This level just won't end. So, if there is a Mario 64 remake, what are some quality of life improvements you think they could do to make this level not awful? And I just got hurt by the cannon coming out of that. I don't think that's an interaction you ever see, considering you're always going to be in the cannon, right? That's kind of cool.
That is true. Oh, jeez. I really did not do that right. Now, a triple jump can get you up this wall if you do it right. I think I'm trying to do some side flip wall jumps ups, which can also work if it's lined up just right, because you can still grab a ledge after a wall jump, but not very easy. It's just like, why is this wall so tall? It's a ROM hack wall. Okay, I did it.
Beautiful jump, though. Very nice.
Because ROM hacks in Mario 64 will ask you to triple jump against the wall and then hang back so you grab onto the ledge, you know, so that you can get a lot of height. And oh, you almost well, I guess let's start with what Super Mario 64 DS did to improve this course, which, other than making it look more visually distinctive, I'm actually drawing a blank as to what Mario 64 DS did to this course. I'm pretty sure I still hate it there.
Also, we did that weird thing where the butterflies turn into that exploding ball. It's such a weird thing.
Oh, jeez. Is that like only in this course too? Because I think I've only ever seen that happen in this course.
Can't it sometimes turn into like a 1-up? I know there's a trick, and I always read it, and then I always forget it like a couple hours later. I'm like, next time I play Mario 64, I'll try that. And then by the time I do, I don't remember. Okay, so you need to be very careful.
Ooh.
That would have been another 20 minutes of the, you know, this level if you had fallen off. Okay, so we need 4 more coins. I think we did that to refill our lives back to 2 each. Always a smart move. And yeah, just like the rolling balls, it's like, especially I think with the borked hit detection, it's just not fun. That Koopa just exploded. Oh my gosh,
right.
Finally.
There we go. There's 100. There we go.
And we could have been done with this level, but no, we have to go back and get the red coin star now.
Well, I mean, you could make the jumps now instead of me, see how well you could do. So.
It's 4:45 a.m. I'll give you a hint on how well I would do.
Well, first we need to get back there, which yeah, it was a total mistake not to pick up that star, because not picking up that star now means we have to deal with more tiny, huge island. Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. Just watching you do that. Oh.
this course.
Oh.
I decided to quick look up online. What was different in Mario 64 and DS? The only noteworthy difference is that there's a 7th star for a switch on the island, and that's it. So yeah, this course also sucks in the immediate remake. So if they were to remake it again, which, you know, Nintendo and the rumors, maybe that will happen. Well, I mean, my first recommendation would be to just put in a new course, but barring that, because, you know, you want to keep the game like the original, I say let's just make everybody suffer through this course, which unfortunately means I'm going to suffer.
They'll add an 8th star to it.
So, we'll add an 8th star, where you have to go in between, back and forth, the tiny and the huge island, and make all the weird jumps and everything. And okay, we made it to the cave, finally. All right, your turn.
Let's do it.
Oh, you're going for... Oh, well...
I grabbed, though. Like, he grabbed on, and then he's like, nope.
If it makes you feel better, this is just the red coins. We got the 100 coins. Okay, come on. All right, don't fall. I almost popped you into the hole. Are you gonna try the long jump again?
Looks like it.
Here we go.
Whoa!
Ooh.
And then the fire's coming after me,
grab.
but get out of here.
Nice ledge grab. There we go.
So with that, I believe we've collected everything in this level with the exception of the Koopa the Quick Star.
That is correct.
So, with that, what happens now is we flail around for about like 10 to 15 more minutes trying to get that star, and it doesn't work. So what do? Is we have to, you know, we try and find out, is it possible, is it a glitch? And I think it was like 2 or 3 days later an update came out that fixed it, so it did work. So if we had just waited like 3 more days, it would have been fine.
We'll explain it at the start of the next video, which, by the way, will have live commentary. I just fell off this island again!
But yes, as Milesluigi said, we are not going to bore you with another 15 minutes of Koopa the Quick attempts that do not end up working out. So any final words in regards to this, you know, level you love so much?
This is the worst course in Mario 64, so...
Agreed. With that,
and thinking about all the 3D Marios, even though I would argue Mario 64 is a classic, probably one of the best games ever, not just best Mario games, it has like the worst 3D Mario course ever, this course. And I'm trying to think if there's any course in Sunshine or Galaxy or the 3D World games that I despise as much as this one. I don't think there is. I think I just hate this course that much.
I think that's well deserved, honestly. This is just such a mishmash, ROM hacky, poorly put together course, and you're probably not alone. If you hate this course as well, let us know in the comments.
Alright, I'm sure if you gave me some time to go over what was in all the other 3D Mario games, maybe I could come up with something I hate more. I would have to re-review it again. I'm gonna post
you just
a
jump
comment.
off that
I'm gonna
edge,
do that.
and then I'm dead.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna do that as my homework, and when you post this video, look down in the comment section. You'll see a comment from me if this is indeed the worst 3D Mario course.
Sounds good. I look forward to seeing the results of that report and another long jump that ends up in the pool.
Alright, let's give everybody else their time back and say our conclusions. So
sounds good. With that said, thank you so much for joining Milesluigi in, you know, this post-production commentary version of this level. You actually had to live it twice, I guess I just realized.
Okay, this has been Milesluigi. Thanks for watching me suffer Tiny Huge Island.
And this has been Andrew. See you next time. Thank you so much once again for taking the time to check out my content. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it helps my channel grow. And I also have a Patreon page where everything that I receive goes towards making the quality of my work even better. So thanks again, and hope to see you next time.